Back in the late 80s, I grew up in a village called Little Wren, a sleepy pocket of countryside about 25 miles from Brighton. It was the kind of place where people left their doors unlocked and kids could vanish into the woods for hours without anyone worrying. Stone cottages, a tiny parish church, and a row of shops that hadn't changed since the 50s. Everyone knew everyone, and gossip traveled faster than the post. When I was about 11, a strange rumor started to buzz through the kids in my year. It had to do with a tape. Not a specific one, but a tape. Like a cursed object in one of those bad horror films we all secretly loved. The story went that one copy of a well-known movie, no one knew which, had a segment at the end that wasn't supposed to be there. 5 minutes, tops. The kind of thing you might stumble across if you forgot to stop the tape after the credits. Everyone had a different version of what was on it. Some said it was footage of a girl who went missing a few towns over. Others claimed it showed a ritual, candles in a circle, and a guy in a weird porcelain mask whispering in Latin. It was playground stuff, obviously, except it wasn't. My best mate, Thomas Holloway, was the one who eventually found the tape. Or maybe it found him. I still don't know which. Tom and I were inseparable back then. Every Saturday, we'd meet up at the Flicker's video store, a converted bakery run by a grumpy old man called Mr. Alden. Mr. Alden didn't like kids, but he liked money, so when Tom asked for a Saturday job, he reluctantly gave him one, cleaning shelves, sorting tapes, that sort of thing. Perks of the job, 1 free rental a week. That's how it started. One Saturday afternoon, I went to Tom's after he'd finished work. He was excited, said he found something weird tucked behind the horror section. A tape in a plain case, no cover, just the titles scrawled in marker. Static Reel. We thought it was just some lost home video or a bootleg. Curiosity won. We popped the tape in and sat cross-legged on his bedroom carpet, bowls of Wotsits in our laps. The screen fizzed with static for nearly a minute before an image formed, grainy, black and white, but clearly filmed on purpose. The first shot was a close-up of a face. A man, probably mid-30s, with a vacant stare and a nose that looked like it had been broken and never healed right. He sat in a chair in a bare room. No windows, no furniture, just him. A slow zoom in. His lips didn't move, but a voice came through the speakers. "Welcome. You've chosen to see." Tom laughed nervously. "It's just one of those art school things, yeah?" Then the camera cut suddenly. Same man, same chair. But now there was a child sitting on the floor in front of him, back to the camera. A girl, maybe 8 or 9. The static returned for a second. Then the screen flickered again. The girl was gone. The man was crying. Then came the part that stuck with me. The screen went black. A timer counted down from 10. At 0, it showed a map. Not a printed one, not a digital one, hand-drawn. A circle was marked over the woods outside Little Wren, and a date. March 3rd, midnight. That was 2 nights from then. We rewound the tape, thinking maybe we missed something, but the recording was scrambled after that, like someone had tried to erase it and failed. Neither of us slept much that night. The next day at school, we asked around about the tape. No one had heard of Static Reel. Even Mr. Alden swore he'd never seen it and said Tom must have brought it in himself, which of course wasn't true. Tom was obsessed. He couldn't let it go. He had to know what the map meant. I told him to just throw the tape out, but he insisted we go. Said it was probably just a prank, but if someone did get kidnapped out there, we'd feel terrible for not checking. I told him he was being a lunatic, but I went anyway. March 3rd, 11:58 p.m. We snuck out with torches and bikes, cutting through the cricket field and into the woods behind the primary school. The map had shown a stone marker, an old milepost half swallowed by ivy. We found it, and we weren't alone. A lantern flickered ahead, and someone was humming. Tom grabbed my arm. There was a woman kneeling in the dirt, tracing something with chalk. A symbol, like a distorted compass, rose, lines intersecting at odd angles. She wasn't dressed for the woods. She wore a gray suit jacket and a pencil skirt. Her eyes never left the symbol. "Hello," Tom called out. She didn't react. I started to back away. Then she stood up and screamed. It wasn't a scream of fear, it was rage. She screamed like something inside her had broken. Then she bolted into the trees and disappeared. We waited, breath held, for 10 minutes. No sounds, no movement. Then Tom saw the box. It was tucked under the roots of a fallen tree, wrapped in black tape. Inside, a single VHS tape, this time labeled in clean white print. Reel 2. We shouldn't have taken it, but of course we did. Back at Tom's house, we didn't even speak, just inserted the tape and pressed play. This one started with static too, but the voice was different. Higher pitched, almost cheerful. "Thank you for returning." Then it showed a field in broad daylight. Kids played in the background. The camera panned to a girl, the same one from before, sitting on a swing. A man stepped into frame. Not the broken nose guy this time, someone taller wearing a scarf pulled up to his eyes. He waved at the camera. Then the footage cut again. Now the swing was empty, swaying gently. In the background, something dangled from a tree limb. I hit stop. We stared at the blank screen for a long time. I don't know why we didn't take it to the police. Maybe we were scared they'd think we made it. Maybe we wanted to see how far it would go. The tapes kept coming, one a week. Always hidden, in Tom's bag, behind my bin, once in my school locker, each more disturbing than the last, always ending in blackness and a message. Next, ready for the final? Then one day Tom didn't come to school. His mom said he was ill, but when I biked over after dinner, she said he'd gone missing. His room was trashed like he'd left in a panic. The only thing left behind was a tape. It was addressed to me. This tape was different. It showed footage of me, walking home from school, eating dinner, sleeping. The final shot was of Tom, sitting in that same empty room from the first tape, bound to the chair. "I tried," he said. "I thought if I followed the rules, it'd stop." Then the man stepped into frame again, this time without the scarf. I recognized him. It was Mr. Alden. He smiled. "Now it's your turn." I ran, literally sprinted to Flickr's video. The lights were off. A closed for renovation sign hung in the window. I knew it was a lie. I smashed the glass with a brick and climbed in. The store was empty, shelves stripped bare, except for the horror section. One tape, one slot, and a TV screen playing static. The final tape. It played automatically. Footage of Tom, again. But this time he was gone. Just the chair remained. Blood on the floor. Then my house, my parents' room, my mum, asleep. A shadow passed in front of the camera. The screen went black. Then words appeared. You have 48 hours, or your parents are next. I didn't go to the police. I didn't sleep. I watched the video over and over, looking for clues. And eventually, I found one. A reflection in the TV screen. A signpost, Croft Lane. It was near the abandoned mill. I went alone. The mill was cold and silent, windows boarded. I pried one open and climbed in. Tom was there, alive, just barely, gagged, tied, thin. He looked up at me with eyes full of panic. I rushed to untie him. Then the lights flared. Mr. Alden. He was older now, face lined, skin sagging like wet cloth. You weren't supposed to find this one, he said, voice flat. Why? I asked. He paused. Because watching isn't enough. Participating is what completes the reel. He lunged. The fight was quick. He was old but strong. I don't remember grabbing the iron bar. I don't remember hitting him. Just the sound. The crack. Then silence. Tom recovered. Moved away. We didn't talk for a long time. Not until recently. It's 2025 now. I'm married. I have a daughter. 2 nights ago, I found a package outside our front door. No return address, no name, just a tape. Reel 1, remastered. If this ends like last time, I know what I have to do. But this time, I'm not watching alone.